Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Pro Hire Truck TV. And today, as always, we're out and about again, and we're looking at something which is pretty new to the UK market, or in fact is very new to the UK market, and it's a model from Maxus. And we've showcased a few Maxus products over the years and run quite a number in our fleet, but not for me anyway. I've never seen anything quite like this, and it's been around the shows, etc, etc, and it's the first time I've had a chance to drive it in the flesh, and quite honestly I don't know what to say. It's a very, very impressive technological achievement, and if all the things I'm going to tell you are true, then this is, well, it's just fab, you know. It really is a nice thing. So this is the Maxus MIFA, and it's the MIFA 9 EV with a 93 kilowatt hour battery. So I mean, realistically, that's right up there. And if you think of that, the Tesla S, you know, that's at the higher end there with a long range. It's 100 kilowatts. This has got a great battery. 𝐂𝐡𝐬, who are a manufacturer of, you know, the majority of the automotive batteries in the world, and certainly when it comes to something like this is a big lump. I'm going to take it slowly and go through some of the things on here, because quite frankly I could not believe my eyes when looking at some of this. So the MIFA, maximum intelligent, friendly, artistic, you know, all of those are great words on their own, but that's what apparently this stands for, and I guess it's for others to judge. Me personally, I've been driving this for a little while now. It's bonkers, absolutely bonkers, the amount of tech that's been put into this. This is a Chinese version. The UK version of this vehicle is apparently on the high seas as we speak and sailing on a ship to us, and we'll be able to see that sometime to the end of July, early August. And of course we'll bring you the UK version, and we've got plenty of people on our portfolio looking at this piece of equipment right now. Of course, this is a Chinese version, and therefore all of the instructions, all the buttons inside are in Chinese. And for those that know me well, I don't speak Chinese, so it's quite a difficult one to navigate, and there's going to be a little bit of fun pushing some of these buttons, which just is bonkers. But this vehicle itself, as I said, 93 kilowatt battery, WLTP range of 320 miles or so. Real world range with this amount of power on, everything being done, we see around 250, but still giving a very sensible return for the power used. Of course, this has got a lot of stuff going on. It's a big vehicle. It's capable of DC charging and AC charging, of course, as most modern vehicles are, and this one, on the details at the moment on this particular vehicle, is set up for Chinese charging, so it'll give you about 22 kilowatts. The UK version, we see as the vans around 80 kilowatts, but we'll be able to feed back on more. I've not been able to actually verify that one way or another, but we're very close to getting those details. I mean, I think the best thing to do with this is actually just show you, because, you know, I'm quite astonished with the level of technology that's been put into a vehicle, which we believe, and the full pricing has not been released yet, but somewhere of the basic model, which is an 8-seat kind of works kind of vehicle with cloth seats, etc., starting around the early 40s, right up to something like this, which will probably set you back something in the middle 60s. But, you know, when you consider that it's full EV and fully leather with the technology that's inside this vehicle, and quite frankly, outstanding. There you go, full electric doors, and, you know, quite frankly, the level of finish in this vehicle is just simply unbelievable. So I mean, we'll obviously look around the vehicle. Everything's as you'd expect, is powered. I think we did a video recently where the only thing I could complain about with that particular vehicle was because the boot wasn't powered. Of course, this clearly is. Now we're going to find out where this goes very shortly. Now, indeed, we are. There's a hood at the front where we're going to have a look under to see what we've managed to find in those spaces. But this vehicle, in fairness, you know, has got pretty much everything you want, and everything inside of it is electric, but it's voluminous. It's a big piece of kit, and for a 4-seat vehicle, outstanding. 6 or 7 seats as this one is, amazing, and it actually goes out to 8 seats as more for the commercial model. I mean, everything on this particular vehicle is high end. You know, everything is powered, which I think in the life we live, a lot of people come to expect that. But of course, you know, it also has challenges in itself when everything is electric from an electric vehicle, and that's probably why the range will vary, and something in this, even the seats, everything inside of it is purely in that electric mode. So I guess one of the things that would be interesting is how it works in the back, and quite frankly, I have no clue, and I'll show you why. So here we are inside, and I have to say, what can only be described as quite an executive experience. Everything in this vehicle, I think I said before, is electric, and there are so many things in this vehicle, I'm finding it quite hard to keep up. But we're in this amazing seat, and look, the experience of driving in this vehicle will be insane, I'm sure. But if you take a look at this console here, and this console here is how you operate your seat. So not dissimilar to you know, an aeroplane, and not dissimilar to first class. Not that I've been in first class many times, I hasten to add there. But on this particular vehicle here, you know, you push a button, as you can see there, hopefully from the camera, all the dials and digits and words are in Chinese, and clearly I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to struggle with some of this, so I'm going to do my very best, so please bear with me. But I pushed a few buttons before just to see what would happen, but this is an interesting one, which is some form of you know, relaxation mode, where the vehicle comes back and puts you into a position where you can clearly relax and enjoy the journey. Now, you know, this is, I mean, bonkers, you know, bonkers, absolutely bonkers. I'm also led to believe that the seat is vibratable. Yes. Yeah. I'm actually having a massage, believe it or not. This is crazy. I mean, who knew? I mean, this is absolutely bonkers. And what does this one do? Oh, wow. A different type of massage. I mean, this is completely insane. I absolutely love it, and could quite cheerfully play with this for simply hours on end. That's your headrest going up, more back, and then putting you back into a position that you started off with after you've had your rest and your snooze, and to see how this thing works. But again, control in the back of the vehicle is given to the operator themselves. So again, if you look at the panels up here, we've got a full control panel of everything that you would expect to see in the vehicle, including sunroof, what his ideas of that, air conditioning, how that operates. I mean, everything is electric. I mean, I just could go on and on and on. There's some things in here that you just have to see. I mean, you know, we're busy relaxing away, we want to do some work, and you push this button, and just like James Bond, out comes your little walnut tray that you can either have some sandwiches on, put your laptop on, or do some work clearly where you. And this is Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, everything you would expect in a vehicle. Well, in an aeroplane, not in a car. Pop away that, back into there, and you're good to go. Now, come and have a look at this. You know, I've got something like this in my bathroom. It looks like a shaver charger. I mean, who knew? You can have a shave as well. I mean, this is absolutely bonkers. This vehicle is nuts, but you know, in a very good way. In a very good way, I have to say. I mean, absolutely nuts. And I for one can't wait to see this in the UK format, and we'll bring that to you as soon as it's available. Where all the buttons and all the gadgets in here are clearly in English, which will be much easier for me to point out all the amazing things this fan can actually do. Maybe it can even drive itself, who knew? But let's take it round for a run with me driving it and see just how far we get. It's very technological. I mean, it's really clever. You know, there's no on-off button for a start. So for me to make this vehicle operate, I've got to A, sit in the vehicle, B, put my foot on the brake, which is not unusual for a lot of things, and I have to put my seatbelt on. And then apparently it comes to life. So let's just see. Yeah, we're powering up. I mean, all done silently and all done with really no effort whatsoever. You know, passive charging, it's not standard, but it's becoming more and more of a thing in every vehicle. But look at this rear view mirror. There's no rear view mirror, it's a camera. So I suppose if you had 7 or 8 people in this vehicle and you've got all the heads behind you, no issue. You know, you've now got a clear run at the world. You know, pop it into reverse, you know, and we've got bird's eye view and rear view cameras as well. The rear view cameras meet up and match with the rear camera for the mirror. Fantastic. You know, into drive, you can't hear this vehicle at all. And I think when I first got in it, I was unsure that actually it was even operating. But I suppose, like a lot of blokes, you know, I'm at a point where you give me something, I'll push all the buttons and see what we can do with it. This is by no means any exception to that. There are so many buttons to play with in here, it will keep you occupied for many hours. This is a PlayStation for old folks like me who like to mess with electric vehicles, and this is one pretty smart electric vehicle. So off it goes, and it's a really decent piece of equipment. You know, very quiet, very positive, really drives super well, and it's big lump, huge piece of equipment. And really quick, you know, and it's got to be one of the quietest electric vehicles that I've actually been in. I've no idea why that is, but it is absolutely super quiet. I guess to a certain degree, it's like a lot of these things, technology is moving, improving all the time. CATL have improved their technology. SEAC and Maxus are building large quantities of EV, and the more they build, the better they're going to get with it. And I think that's going to be the real tester for all of the other manufacturers who are entering into the EV market, is just how quickly that they can catch up with some of these things. And of course, as we all know, the smart money is how quickly the other manufacturers will catch up with Tesla in some of their technological changes. And for those who watch some of the things, I've got a Tesla myself, had it for a couple of years now, and every week or two we get an update. You know, I think the big challenge for a lot of people is how they keep their vehicles updated and keep working with them constantly. And every time I see new electric vehicles, and we look at vehicles constantly, every time you get in a new vehicle, something new's happened, something different, something a bit more, wow, that's great. And that's going to continue to go for quite some time, and it's exciting, really exciting to see. So we're back at Maxus HQ in Warrington for the UK, and I have to say I've thoroughly enjoyed the time I've had with the MIFA. It's a smart bit of kit, you know, and certainly when you start looking at EVs of this scale and this size, there's going to be very few things at the moment to touch this vehicle, and that's great. It's great news. A new entry level, sensibly priced, big battery pack. I mean, so many things on this vehicle. I could probably work for an hour and a half of the video and pushing buttons to get things to work, and there's so many things to look at. You know, as always, you know, it's been brilliant to be able to showcase some of these things for you. Everything we do is available through Pro Green on contract hire, as part of the Pro Hire business, and you know, we'll be entering into these vehicles. Will be entering into our fleet in the coming months to add to the range of electric vehicles that we already do and share across the UK. Please, if you like what we've done, please like and subscribe. We've got more things coming down the line, loads of new stuff to show you that over the next few weeks and months. You know, so please keep following, keep pushing, and by all means, if you need anything from us, our website's available. Just send us a note. We're happy to contact you and go through any of your requirements, whether it's charging, infrastructure, how the vehicles operate, and what the future holds for alternative fuels between now and 2030. One thing I was going to show, I should try and do all the time, and I actually forgot. So let's have a quick look before we sign off. I want to show what's under this bonnet. There we go. Now it might be open. We'll have a look. Yeah, there we go. Rams, fantastic. Water washer bottle, and your cable tidy. Smallest one we've seen yet, so maybe that's the only negative I can find up to now. But who knew? This is a well-built robust looking kit. Love it. That's it from Pro Hire Truck TV this week. You know, hope you've enjoyed our few minutes into something which we could literally take hours onto. If you want a demonstration of this vehicle, please shout and we'll help you get where you need to be. Thanks guys, speak to you soon.